So welcome to the second in our short series of videos exploring the theme of hope through the story of Hannah as told in the Old Testament book of 1 Samuel. I recommend that you spend some time with that story in chapters 1 and 2. So Hannah has gone to the temple. She's presented herself to the Lord, as the text says, and she has wept bitter tears, and those tears have been her prayer. She's expressed her hope and her disappointment. But now Hannah bargains with God. If only you will look on the misery of your servant, she prays, and remember me, and not forget your servant, but will give to your servant a male child, then I will set him before you as a Nazirite until the day of his death. I said in the first video that the story would sound strange to us, and here it sounds strange and uncomfortable. And this bargaining, I suggest, is not to be recommended. But at least a dialogue has been engaged in. The bargain will come at great cost for her. She will give up her son for service to the Lord. Possibly too, she will give up hope for grandchildren. But in God's grace, that bargain will bring about great gift to God's people. And actually in time, Hannah herself will be blessed with more children, 3 sons and 2 daughters, we're told. So perhaps another learning here for us. Could it be that our hope must not solely be for ourselves, but always have an outward momentum, bringing a gift to others, to those around us? In Hannah's story, the realization of hope comes through another. Eli, the high priest, sits at the door of the temple of the Lord. If you know the story, you know that we feel for Eli. He is a man whose love for God and for neighbour is deep. But his sons, Hophni and Phinehas, priests in the house of the Lord too, are, as we discover later, scoundrels with no regard for the Lord or for the duties of the priests to the people. But Eli is faithful, and he sits at the door of the temple. He notices the distraught woman. He begins a conversation. Eli recognizes what is happening, and he blesses Hannah with words of peace and with assurance that she is heard by God. Another gift for us from Hannah's story through Eli. Whatever the state of our own hope, we can be prayerfully present to others and to their hopes. We can be like Eli, sitting at the door of the temple, looking out for those around us, engaging them in conversation, encouraging them, praying for them, blessing them. And so it may be that we can, in God's grace, become agents for hope and healing. Maybe so.